PhD is from Purdue University, and it's in American Studies. So I focus a lot on the relationship between historical context and literary texts. I focus on 19th century American women writers. I've written 3 books, and my first book, which was a revision of my dissertation, is called Writing for Immortality, and it looks at American women writers in the 19th century, right after the Civil War period, who were the first to view themselves as serious artists. My next book was a biography of Constance Fenimore Woolston. She was one of the writers I featured in my first book. And she's a little-known woman writer who has been kind of forgotten and left out of history. And she's such a good writer. She lived this amazing life. She traveled all over Europe the last 14 years of her life. She was a very close friend of Henry James. And so a lot of people know about her through that friendship, but they hadn't really appreciated her in her own right. And she was very popular. She sold more books than Henry James. My most recent book is coming out this fall. It's about Little Women, and the novel's turning 150 years old, and so it's kind of a re-examination of how the book was written, the life that it's led over the 20th century, and what it still means to us today. I teach courses in American literature, 19th century to present. I also teach some courses that incorporate writing from other countries. In the fall, I'm teaching a course, an online course, on American women's life stories and how they're portrayed in literary texts. So we're looking at novels and short stories as well as nonfiction, memoir, and also we'll read a biography of Alice James, Henry James's sister. That's quite fascinating. We'll look at coming-of-age narratives all the way up to older age. Probably my most favorite class that I've taught recently is a class I taught last semester on American literary regionalism. And America is, sort of rebounding from the Civil War, trying to reunite as a nation, understand the relationships between all the different regions and how we combine to create a nation as a whole. It's a period of increasing women's rights, also though of segregation and the end of Reconstruction. We see a lot of writers who are coming out of marginalized groups, women, people of color, African American writers, Chinese American, Native American, who are gaining entrance to the public literary sphere in a way they hadn't before. We were dealing with a lot of the same kinds of issues that as we're still struggling with as a country today. So it's a very meaningful class, I think, for me and the students.